Yeah, I think this is a really interesting topic, particularly for you guys being out there in California, adjacent to Silicon Valley and all this innovation and all this, fast moving tech. And we talk about Martech's law and Moore's law in my entrepreneurship classes. Loosely, they're not empirical
Yeah.
constructs, and one relates to the exponential growth of tech. So the number of transistors on a computer chip doubles about every, year and a half, 18 months. So we got that hockey stick parabola growth. And then we talk about human growth, which is linear. So if we recall that parabola is going like a hockey stick, linear is going this way, it's divergent, right? So what can we do to minimize that gap, but also accelerate human growth? Because if we take those two constructs sort of to heart, we're not going to be able to keep up. Tech is always going to outpace human growth and development. And so I feel like my job is to help people grow faster. Like, we have to grow. We have to
keep
grow
up.
if we
Yeah.
have any chance of keeping up. We have to. And so much like, my shop burning down, sometimes growth is encouraged and incremental, and we can lean in step by step. We can avoid it, or you can be forced. And so I encourage people, the forcing part is not fun. So lean in if you can and get some help, some qualified help, so that you can do it more rapidly. We need to accelerate that growth. And so how can tech firms do that? Keeping long-term, challenges and needs in mind, but also I think that learning to be present, learning how to be present and in the moment, but also develop the skill to have the flexibility to hold the paradox of the future and the present simultaneously. It is a very challenging skill. It's very challenging for people who are goal driven, people who have, founders and venture capitalists who have stakeholders in their business and, are looking for profits and looking for, minimum viable products and all of the demands and the pressures that are, very, very specific to the tech industry. And these high level executors with extreme amounts of creativity, technical ability, and just incredible intellect are not always the best at being aware of what they need physiologically and emotionally. And so creating spaces and opportunities for people to be present and be still is one of the things that I think is incredibly important. Because often if you create the space, people lean into it because they may not know how to either carve out the space for themselves. They may not know what that space looks like or how to attain it, or they may not give themselves permission to do it. And so sometimes if you just create the space and get the people in the space, that's enough to quiet the noise and the static and give them permission to be just like right here, right now.